Yo, what is up everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and I first want to say thank you to all my subscribers who have been resubscribing to my channel after the sub purge somehow unsubscribed you guys. So thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate it. In addition to all of the new people that I am getting, so I really do appreciate each and every single one of you guys. But today we're going to get into something about the Nintendo NX. So there's been a lot of rumors, there's been a lot of theories, and the latest one is from King Avery Games, and GoNintendo reported on this as well. There's been some new patents that have been dug up that highly suggest that the Nintendo NX is going to be some type of hybrid device. And I'm not here to talk about that because I think you guys should go to the actual sources to see the patents and all those good stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description below to King Avery's videos. He's done 2 videos on the matter. I'm also going to leave a link over to GoNintendo if you want to kind of get a shortened version of it, but I highly suggest watching King Avery's videos on it because he's the first person that I know of that talked about this, or at least showed it off. So check out his channel when you get a chance. What I'm going to be talking about today is 3 reasons why I think the Nintendo NX is going to be some type of hybrid device. Here are my 3 reasons. So reason number 1, Nintendo, of course, integrating their portable and console R&D divisions back in 2013. This is something that's actually really big that a lot of people are overlooking. There is no reason to integrate your portable and console R&D unless you plan on doing lots of stuff that fuse together. Unless you plan on potentially doing something that could be a hybrid, why else would you fuse those divisions? Nintendo has always had completely separate R&D divisions for consoles and portables, and the fact that they combine that after the Wii U got off to a very slow start and the Nintendo 3DS, while selling well, definitely wasn't anywhere near up to the Nintendo DS. It definitely says something, guys. It says something, and the fact that they did do that is important. Now, another thing that Iwata spoke about, the late president, he talked about how they wanted to have a combined OS, how they wanted to have their console and their portable be able to work together, offer discounts, and be able to basically develop one type of game and have easy ports across both systems. He said that porting from the 3DS to the Wii U or vice versa was way too hard for Nintendo, and it caused delays in software. So the fact that Iwata himself spoke about that as far as wanting to unify the two in some ways, even if it's on an OS level, and this was years ago, shows that Nintendo was kind of open to the idea of having some type of hybrid device. Reason number 2, current console and portable sales are the worst in Nintendo history. While everyone might say the Nintendo 3DS is selling well, and it is generally selling okay, you have to look at it from a history standpoint. Compared to the Nintendo DS, 3DS sales are not good. 3DS sales are also not on par with the Game Boy Advance, which wasn't even on the market for that long. And the 3DS has had the same time on the market, yet it has not produced the same number of sales as the Game Boy Advance. Obviously, the Nintendo 3DS has not reached the levels of the Game Boy, so it shows that current portable sales are on the decline as well. The inclusion of tablets and smartphones has taken a massive chunk out of the portable market, the kids market for Nintendo, and we all know how Wii U sales are going. If you're Nintendo and if you're looking at these sales and you're like, well, what can we do? I'm not sure if the best idea is to once again create 2 separate devices that work independently and potentially have an even bigger issue, because you have to remember the Nintendo 3DS came at the near apex of where the smartphone and tablet revolution started. It was a little bit before then when tablets and smartphones were getting really popular, but the game market on the tablets and smartphones really kicked off in the 2010, 2011-ish, and that's right around the time the Nintendo 3DS was going. I think 3DS got a lot of sales before the smartphone and tablets came and kind of ate up everything. The 3DS is still doing well. It still sells okay, but the market has been decreased a lot. So if you look at what Nintendo's been selling on the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS, there obviously has to be a drastic change. Not only that, but consumers are getting a little frustrated, and I'll talk about that in my 3rd reason. So for my 3rd and final reason why I think the Nintendo NX could be a hybrid device, game development costs and needs of consumers. I don't know how many times I have heard consumers on a 3DS game go, man, I wish this was for Wii U. I've even heard times where a game comes out for Wii U and people say, man, I wish this was for 3DS. Back and forth, back and forth. It happened so much during that generation of Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. It always seemed like someone wasn't happy with something. Now, overall, 3DS got way more games, 3DS got a lot of games, and Wii U owners felt kind of left out based on how many games Nintendo 3DS owners were getting from stuff like Persona Q, Monster Hunter, Bravely Second, Bravely Default, Fire Emblem. The list goes on and on as far as how many games the 3DS got. And the Wii U, while it has a good collection of games, it took a long time to get all of these games on the Wii U. And game development costs. Nintendo, in this day and age, with tablets and smartphones taking so much of a chunk out of the market and PlayStation and Xbox being very competitive there, I don't think Nintendo can really invest into two separate types of game development like they've always done. It almost crippled them this generation with the Nintendo Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS. Sales have been down so much. So if you look at it from a game development cost, it makes way more sense for Nintendo to invest in one general idea than be able to have a hybrid to where people can play that on the go, people can play it at home, hook it up to their TV. Therefore, you're more connected. But not only that, I'm going to give a little bonus reason why I think so. It leaves a focused Nintendo. Imagine if Nintendo put all of their strength behind one kind of general platform or idea. Imagine how many games could come out. Imagine how much better those games could be. This is something that Nintendo has never really done in their history because they've always usually had a portable device and a console, I think with the exception of the NES at a time, to where before the Game Boy came out, but they had the Game & Watches and they had other things as well. So it wasn't 100%, but still, they've never really done it to where you have your mind focused on one type of system or one type of architecture to where you can make games that have minor differences between the portable version and the console version. This is something that could propel Nintendo because the amount of games, the cost of development would go down because you no longer have to invest in all these 3DS games and invest in HD Wii U games. You could just have one game investment and there would be so much more games, and it could potentially make those games better because your developers are now fully focused on one type of development. So I really do hope that this hybrid theory is coming around. I kind of want it to be somewhat of a hybrid just because I think that paying for Nintendo 3DS and paying for console games and having them separate is going to cost Nintendo if they try to do that again. I saw what happened with the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U and people complaining back and forth. It would just be much easier if Nintendo focused and they can save money and time in the process and make one architecture, one great online system. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. What do you guys think about this hybrid theory and my reasons? Please make sure you check out the description below. There you'll have links over to GoNintendo and to King Avery Games so you can get more details. Also make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips and tricks, and everything on the Nintendo NX. Thank you so much for watching guys, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.